What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington, here with my official review for Cloak and Dagger, Episode 10, Colony Collapse, which is also the season finale. If you have not seen it, I'm letting you know in advance there will be spoilers, so pause this video right here. Put it on hold. Go watch the episode. Come back. And we good, okay? This episode finally gets us to a point where we've been trying to get, and it builds up so much more. The overlay or the undertone of the whole episode is Evita's aunt explaining to Evita about who the divine pairs are through history that have helped out New Orleans. Gets to the point where she finds out that, she tells her, look, Tyrone and the other one, they have a destiny, have a purpose. Of course, one's gonna die, and Vita's like, yo, I don't know how to tell the old girl that, cause she ain't trying to hear me. Which I can understand, like, yo, you're Ty's girl, but Tandy got this feeling for Ty, and it's like, we know eventually in the comics, as it's told us, they get together, they have a love relationship, and you start to see it happen and blossom slowly but surely throughout various episodes throughout the season, but that's neither here nor there. Tyrone is still wanted for murdering a cop, so he basically dips out to the stage to get his cloak. His father is there. He tries to find the cloak. It's not there. His dad has it. Was like, yo, what is this? And he's like, man, I ain't do all this. His dad's like, I know you didn't, but you need to run far away. Don't come back. Don't call me. Don't call your mama. Don't send no postcard. I was like, damn. Like, the black daddy was like, look, I ain't got time for all this. He's like, I don't know if I raised you bad, but you need to go and get up the hell out of here. Most mamas would be like, I would stick up for my baby, but I kind of understand in the way they emphasize the racial climate that we're in, especially being in the South of New Orleans, and things like that. It plays well. Tandy finding out exactly what's going on, telling Nina what's going on with all of the drilling locations where all the energy is going to come up, how it's going to create these things called terrors, which are like zombies in a sense, and also kind of referencing that's how they got their abilities. I want to say that Olivia Holt has been phenomenal throughout this entire season, just as much as Aubrey Joseph has. There's a scene where he is locked up with O'Reilly, excuse me. He's locked up with O'Reilly, and he's talking to one of the cops, Lafayette, and he's a New Orleans native, and he's getting real grimy with him, like, yo, my mother and father, I'm from here. I was born in the ninth ward. I moved to Mid-City, and my parents are taxpayers. You a civil servant. And if we know what things are about New Orleans for New Orleans, and if you are a true New Orleans, if you're really about the 504, you need to help me. And I was like, damn. Breaks that down so real to him. And later comes in Connor's talking about, look, I'm going to basically kill both of y'all. They start to get ready to leave the station, and these terrorists, these are basically people who've been infected, if you will. There's always going to be some sort of infection thing happen almost any chance they get. It's like a zombie without it being a zombie, which is kind of weird, but nonetheless, it happens. It gets to the point Tandy is separated. She's with Nina running away from these terrorists. Nina gets infected, and then she has to she's afraid she knows how to put Nina down, with the daggers. The moment she's about to, Tyrone teleports in, hits her with a taser. She was like, where have you been? They regroup, and then Evita comes to them and lets them know what's going on and shows the two figures, the dark figure for Tyrone, the white for Tandy, and lets them know that they are the divine pair and that one of them will die. And so now the discussion between Ty and Tandy is who's going to go ahead and sacrifice himself, which, let's be real, this is going to be one of those, all right, so who got more to live for? If this was real life, who got more to live for? Yeah, can we? But then again, it goes back for Tyrone to what he was saying to Officer Lafayette about being from New Orleans, and, all that about it. He basically says, yo, I'm really fast, I can run, I can do all this and that. He's going to try to stop this main hub from all this dark matter energy of sorts coming out. The doors are locked. You just see two blades cut through a metal-ass door. First of all, I didn't know Tandy's blades was going to be this devastating, that they can cut through anything, which I'm not complaining. But there is a big part that happens in here as well that I have to mention. We've had references to the MCU, to Marvel's larger universe. Roxanne being our first one. O'Reilly coming from New York, basically Harlem, Luke Cage. You had Scarborough talking to Nina and Tandy in the elevator, and he was talking about how he wants to be rich and doing things. He was like, you got to keep up with the Joneses. And nowadays, it's about keeping up with the Joneses, the Starks, and the Rands. So I feel like we've basically encompassed the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole, the films, and the Marvel Netflix universe within Cloak and Dagger, if that makes sense. Because, yeah, we referenced that in the Netflix shows as well. We haven't heard much of it in Runaways. That's something I'm going to be doing recaps on, coming up soon when it comes back. But we haven't heard that. But to know officially, look, this is part of the bigger picture. I just want to know exactly, is this post or is this, current Tony Stark, Danny Rand? Is this pre? Where do we fit in this timeline? Because the way they talk, everything is happening today, which also will bring everybody in the question of what about the snap? I think that gets a lot of people. But nonetheless, when it's all said and done, they go to the hub together. As I said, Tandy cut her way in. And they finally realized that the reason they had to be the divine pair, because remember, they could never hold hands. Their powers were always retracting each other. So they basically hold hands, harness all this energy together, and shoot it in the atmosphere. And from that, they just laid out on the top of a building. But it was a dope shot. By the way, the visual effects in this episode are amazing. I still give it up to everybody who has the visual effects for Tandy's daggers, because that is dope. Also, Tyrone lost his cloak, the nice blue blackish cloak, which you're going to see a lot of dudes running around here with for Halloween. Have zero problem with it. It's cold. But what we did get happen is what I thought was going to happen and many other people thought was going to happen. Tandy gave Ty his brother's hoodie, and he began to use that as his new cloak to teleport. And I was like, this is going to happen. And it was so much predetermined, and it was like, it was going to happen. All in all, I have loved this first season of Cloak and Dagger. I love what they have done, the way they brought the characters to life, the way they switched the normal standing roles, where he would be from the wrong side of the tracks and she would be the good girl, but then she's from the wrong side of the tracks, he's the good guy. I've loved how they've done that, how they built the world, they built and established the characters, they let you know this is connected to the bigger picture, it is not just standalone, it has a bigger purpose and everything of the sorts. I am very happy this show has a season 2 coming out. I am very excited for that. I just get upset with the fact that we have to wait so long for it. But when it comes out, I think we all will be pleasantly surprised, just as much as I was. From the premiere to the finale, I am super happy about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click on the notification bell. Did you like this season of Cloak and Dagger? Were you iffy on it? Did you just not care about it at all? I want to hear your thoughts below, man. Trust me, I will try to comment back to everybody, okay? I get the notifications on the phone and everything. It's just I do a lot. So please, blame my schedule, not my heart. You know what I'm saying? Not my heart, because I want to do it. I want to interact with y'all. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. That's MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. Join the Supervillain Squad. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. I just spelled it for you. I'm putting a lot of exclusive content up there. Interviews, reviews, and things of the sort. Stories that I wouldn't talk about anywhere else. Just going up there, all right? I will holler at you guys later. Take care. I'm out of here. Peace.